Hi there. Welcome back to Life with Dr. Trish. Thank you all so much for the support you showed to the Carol Channing video. As of the recording of this video, it's approaching 75,000 views. The video was in response to a viewer's request. I received over 30 new video requests. I have a list of those requests and will be pulling from the list each week to record a new video. You never know when you might see my response to your requests, so make sure you stay tuned. In case you're not familiar with me, I am Dr. Trish Varner, a psychologist. I've always had an interest in understanding why things happen. On this channel, we delve into life stories from the past and present. I have very interesting playlists, including an exploration of my own family's ancestral background. So make sure you check them out and catch up on all previous videos. Also, if you would like to see more of my personal and family life, feel free to follow me on my other social media pages. I am on Facebook and Instagram as Life with Dr. Trish. I am on TikTok as Dr. Trish Varner. We will also start uploading family videos to my daughter's YouTube channel, The Payton and Carys Show. Links to all of this will be included in the description, so make sure to follow along if you're interested. In today's video, I will be discussing the life of President Dwight D. Eisenhower. This was another viewer's request. This viewer brought up the rumors about President Eisenhower's mother coming from black ancestry, making President Eisenhower the first biracial president, i.e., not President Obama. We will address that rumor in this video. However, before I do, this viewer also questioned why I compared Carol Channing to Beyonce and Rihanna, as Beyonce and Rihanna aren't biracial. Well, my response to that is I did not make a comparison based upon their race, but rather based upon their popularity. It was a way to understand the magnitude of Carol Channing's popularity during her time, as some people may not have been familiar with her. Again, I was not stating that Beyonce nor Rihanna were biracial, even though both do come from a mixed race background. We will save that for another video, so stay tuned for more about it. Thank you for the video suggestion. Now let's discuss the life of President Dwight D. Eisenhower and the rumors suggesting he came from black ancestry. Dwight David Eisenhower was the 34th President of the United States, serving 2 terms. He was born to David Jacob Eisenhower and Ida Elizabeth Stover by the railroad tracks in Denison, Texas in 1890 and was raised in Abilene, Kansas. Eisenhower was the 3rd of 7 brothers. Their ancestry background is officially documented as predominantly German and Pennsylvania Dutch. Some have used his brother's appearances to support the rumor of Eisenhower's mixed-race ancestry. Eisenhower was a good athlete and eventually went on to the United States Military Academy, West Point, and had a successful Army career. His mother, Ida Elizabeth Stover Eisenhower, was an anti-war advocate and was not pleased with Eisenhower's decision to pursue a military career. Eisenhower's father, David, a descendant of farmers, was a college-educated engineer. David worked a variety of jobs, from owning a general store to working as a railroad mechanic. However, he did struggle to provide for the family, and the family lived for a time in poverty. Eisenhower's mother, Ida, was also college educated. She and David met as students at Lane University. We will come back to this point later, so please keep it in mind. It is Eisenhower's mother, Ida, who was rumored to have mixed ancestry, so let's find out more about her. Ida was born in Mount Sydney, Virginia in 1862 to Elizabeth Ida Judah Lynch and Simon P. Stover. Ida was only 5 years old when her mother died. Interestingly, Ida was christened by the church as Elizabeth Ida after her mother. However, baptismal records show she was first named Elizabeth Judah. Ida later dropped the name Elizabeth and just went by Ida. Ida moved around after her mother passed away. She was mainly raised by her maternal grandparents, William Lynch and Esther Black Lynch, until her grandfather died in 1879 when Ida was 17 years old. Ida then went to live with her maternal uncle and aunt, who were strict and did not believe in educating girls. This led Ida to run away to further her education. She graduated from high school at the age of 19 and then enrolled at Lane University at the age of 23, where she met her husband, David Eisenhower. Ida and David were married at Lane University. Here are the main reasons Ida Stover Eisenhower was rumored to have mixed ancestry. In her marriage photo with her husband, David, Ida looks visibly darker than her husband. She also appeared to have ethnic features. Many, especially black people, felt she looked obviously biracial. They said she was an orphan and her ancestry was listed as unknown. There were 2 families of Lynchs in Sydney, Virginia, one black, one white. The black Lynchs were actually a mixed-race enslaved family. When a reporter went to Ida's hometown to research, they found plenty of people who knew her family, the black Lynchs. Ophthalmologist Leroy William Vaughn and psychologist Asat Bakufu supported the claim that Eisenhower descended from black ancestry through his mother's line. In my opinion, the photo is not conclusive evidence of Ida's mixed race ancestry. However, one thing I do know is black people are usually the experts at identifying people with mixed race ancestry. This is not always the case though, and the smaller the percentages of black ancestry become, the harder it becomes to identify someone's ancestry simply by looking at them. Even today, we know individuals with 25% or less African American ancestry who look full white. Although there have been plenty of mixed race people who look like Ida did in her marriage photo. It would be impossible, though, to confirm Ida's ancestry just by looking at one of her pictures, which is why most historians consider the rumor to be unsubstantiated. However, this does not mean the rumor is false. Regarding the rumor of Ida being an orphan, though, this appears to be false, or at least half true. Ida was raised by her maternal grandparents from age 5 to age 17. During her time, women were getting married as teenagers, so it's not unreasonable to think she could take care of herself at 17. Perhaps personal finances could have been an issue, though, which may have been the reason Ida joined her maternal aunt and uncle's family at the age of 17 after her grandfather died. The rumor about Ida being an orphan was presented as if Ida did not know her family or her lineage. However, this does not appear to be the case. The Eisenhower Library shows Eisenhower's mother, Ida's, family tree going back at least 5 generations. However, to be fair, there are no parents listed for Daniel Stover, who would have been Ida Stover's paternal grandfather. The black ancestry is rumored to be on Ida's maternal side, though. Remember, Ida's mother died when Ida was just 5 years old. The Eisenhower Library shows Ida's maternal line going back 5 generations. On record, Ida did not have any unknown ancestry on her mother's side. However, as we know, the record trail may or may not be accurate. It's impossible to confirm without DNA testing. Even in non-high profile situations, you can find not parent expected situations, which simply means individuals who find out through DNA testing that their fathers were not their biological fathers. Of course, situations like that have been happening for centuries. Even if Eisenhower's living descendants took a DNA test to put an end to the rumors, they may not show any recent African ancestry, even if the rumors were true. This is especially true if Ida had less than 50% of African ancestry. In other words, any African ancestry could have been phased out from the new generation. This could be similar to my own situation. There were rumors that my family had Native American ancestry, but I did not see any percentages of this when I took my DNA tests. My grandmother and mother did show small percentages of Native American ancestry, which falls in line with our family's oral history and even books that were published about that history. However, the percentages of Native American ancestry were too small for me to inherit. If my mother and grandmother descended from Native American ancestry, then I did too. Those ancestors were real and a part of our history, even if I have no detectable Native American ancestry in my ancestry results. Thus, my point is, even a DNA test may not uncover the truth. I'm aware that there are also patrilineal DNA tests and matrilineal DNA tests that can trace your paternal and maternal DNA origins back thousands of years. But please keep in mind that patrilineal DNA passes from father to father to father. It will not pass from father to daughter. In Eisenhower's case, the black ancestry is rumored on his mother's line. Ida was an only child and she had all sons. The only way to test Ida's patrilineal line would be to find a descendant that descended from the direct paternal line, father to father to father. The matrilineal test looks at the X chromosome, or the mitochondrial DNA. A mother passes the X chromosome she received from her mother to all her children. Therefore, sons and daughters can use a matrilineal DNA test to discover their maternal origins. However, that would only work in Eisenhower's case if his mother's original line came from Africa, i.e., the rumored African ancestry would be passed from mother to mother to mother. Also, although Eisenhower would have received an X chromosome from his mother, Eisenhower had 2 sons and no daughters. This means he could not pass the maternal X chromosome to his sons. His sons would have received an X chromosome from their mother and a Y chromosome from their father, Eisenhower. Again, Ida, Eisenhower's mother, was an only child and had no daughters. If one of Ida's 7 sons had daughters who were still living and willing to take a DNA test, then I guess an analysis could be done on the X chromosome they would have received from Ida to determine if it showed any African origins. I did find Ida's X chromosome and mitochondrial DNA tree on WikiTree. It shows ancestors and descendants of Ida confirmed through DNA testing. There was no mention there about any of the ancestors having African ancestry. However, WikiTree is updated by its community. According to their website, WikiTree's mission is to grow an accurate, single-family tree that connects us all and is freely accessible to us all forever. This statement is listed under their community section. Our shared tree is open to the world. Everyone is invited to enjoy the fruits of the tree. However, those who actively help to grow it must agree with our mission and our 9-point honor code. Keep in mind too that there's no guarantee where the African ancestry would have come in if the rumor is true. A person could have African ancestry and not have a paternal or maternal line that points back to Africa. For example, Dr. Henry Louis Gates Jr. found out that neither his paternal line nor his maternal line pointed to Africa. Gates' Y-DNA paternal line comes from Ireland. Gates also found out that on his mother's side, he descended from a white woman who was Irish or English. Although Gates' autosomal DNA results show he is 50% African and 50% European, and Gates considers himself black as he grew up in the black culture, his maternal and paternal lines going back 1,000 years started in Europe. So it is possible that Eisenhower's family could have been part black without either their maternal or paternal line pointing to Africa. The next point of the rumor is that Eisenhower's mother, Ida, descended from the Lynch family in Sydney, Virginia. Supposedly, there was a white Lynch family and a black Lynch family who descended from a mixed-race enslaved people. Ida was related to the Lynch family. The paper trail shows that. But was she related to the white Lynch family or the black Lynch family? According to the older black people in the town, they had always known about Eisenhower's mother being related to the black Lynch family. Using word of mouth or oral history was not uncommon in black communities. After the end of slavery, black people used word of mouth as a way to reunite with lost family members. Black enslaved people also used word of mouth and singing as a way to communicate escape plans or other news. Some may not recognize this form of communication or tracking of families as scientific. However, oral history has been used for generations in many different communities as a way to keep track of things that actually happened. Unfortunately, though, without any other records to support the oral history, historians do not accept this oral account of Eisenhower's history as fact. No one is able to rule it out, but they aren't able to confirm it either. Let's go back to the college where President Eisenhower's parents were married, Lane University in Kansas. Lane University was founded by abolitionists and was open to black and white students. Those who support the claim that Eisenhower came from black ancestry state the reason why Ida Stover attended Lane University is because she was mixed race, and the school opened its door to her. The opponents to the rumors state the university also welcomed white students. So once again, we have something that cannot prove nor deny the rumor about Eisenhower's mixed ancestry. The rumor itself seemed to receive fuel from historian J.A. Rogers, ophthalmologist Leroy William Vaughn, and psychologist Osset Bakufa, who all supported the claim that Eisenhower descended from black ancestry through his mother's line. However, none of them seem to have any additional proof other than what we have discussed in this video. Thus, their claims have been debunked by most professional historians. However, it's not uncommon for white historians and black historians to view history differently. Black people are usually more open to the idea because we are used to seeing high-profile individuals wanting to hide their identity because they are ashamed to be part black. In this case, though, even Dr. Henry Louis Gates Jr. questioned the validity of these claims, stating that J.A. Rogers' pamphlet about the 5 U.S. presidents with African ancestry, quote, would get the Black History Wishful Thinking Prize. Fact-check sites like Snopes.com and Reuters.com concluded the rumor as unproven. They did not say it was false nor true. They said there's not enough documentation to confirm the rumor. What do you think? Do you believe the rumor? This is a rumor that may never die and may never be proven. I know that can be frustrating to those who understand that it is very possible that the rumor could be true. Some people feel President Barack Obama was not the first black president, as they feel President Eisenhower and other presidents had black ancestry. Some others feel President Obama was not the first black president, as he was biracial. Perhaps we will discuss that in a future video. For now, I'm looking forward to seeing your comments about President Eisenhower's ancestry. Please don't forget to subscribe. It's free. We have lots of people watching the videos without subscribing. And you can really help the channel to grow by liking this video and also subscribing. See you next week.